Hello everyone. So now I'll give the summary of whatever we have learned. First of all, we have learned is why risk hai to ishq hai, why I have given this name to the batch. Because of the simple reason is we have seen six advantages of why risk management is important for us. Because first is it helps to achieve the business objectives. We have seen the example of Maggie, how Maggie have taken its business, how Maggie has scaled up this business from 0 to 100. Okay, so I gave the example of Maggie, and I also said that you need to remember what you need to remember. Business continuity plan will deal the same in chapter number 9. Second, it helps to understand where we are focusing on. Like I gave the example of PVR, how PVR and Netflix, how the growth of the PVR hampered because of a Netflix. Third, it helps to save a cost, and it helps to provide what business wants to achieve. It enhances the efficiency and effectiveness within the business, and also it creates a safe environment, and that's why risk management is important for me. Then next step came is why is risk management? What is risk management? Risk management is nothing but what? It's a 5-word definition which is given by ISO 31000. Effect of uncertainties on objectives. Effect of uncertainties on objectives, which is given by ISO 31000. Then I said what does ISO 31000 includes? And ISO 31000 is nothing but what? It's an international organization for standard which provide a guidelines for any industry. Any industry can use it. It's not related to specific person or any specific industry. Then we have seen uncertainty and risk in a detail. I said that uncertainty is a bigger term, risk is a smaller term. Also, I have said that you can ask, so in exam, this type of questions can be asked, like what is the difference between risk and uncertainty, or how uncertainty is related to risk. Next thing we have seen, what is effect? Effect is generally called as asar. Asar kya hoga, uska impact kya hoga. Okay, effect can be positive or negative. Positive effects leads to an opportunities, negative effects leads to threats. Okay. Next coming is how do managing opportunities and threats is good for the company. So I've given the reasons why managing of the same is important for any organizations, and how that is going to help the company or organization as a whole. Next is risk is defined top down and managed bottom up. Very, very important. Risk is generally defined by the top level but managed by the bottom level. Okay. And also what I have done is I have categorized the business functions into various functions and seen how the objectives of each business functions are there. Next we have seen what is the difference between the risk, problems and issues. Risk is nothing but what? They are the uncertainty that matters, but problems and issues are nothing but what? The certainty. This are certain. This has already occurred that have mattered. I gave you the example of fire. Okay. Next is, what if the business says we don't want to, we want to continue the existing process? Then we could say that no risk, no return. We could say that no risk, no return. Okay. Next part we have deal with what are the 6 basic questions that anyone should ask if he wants to deal with the risk management. So there are 6 basic questions if someone wants to deal with the risk management. The first question is, what is business trying to do or achieve? So what is business trying to do or achieve? We need to see what all are the objectives of any business, what all are other objectives of any business. Okay, so we need to understand the objectives of business. So first of all, we need to understand what is a business. So I said that in business, if anyone wants to start a business, you need to be visionary, hustler, CFO and hacker. You need a 4%. And then you go to an investor. Investor will look into what? Investor will look into a good idea, will see a potential, will see whether the business model is sustainable, and will check how much risk is there. But if you go to an investor and if you show them if you are giving a more return within a less risk, and you are giving a more return and within a less risk, so investor will be willing to invest in your business, will say that I want to invest in your business, give me an opportunity to invest. Okay. Next we have deal with how your basic question comes as, from where does the risk arise from? From where does the risk arise from? So risk generally arise from a decision. Risk generally arise from a decision. The decision can be your own or any of third person. Decision can be of your own or any of the third person. Okay. Next question is, how anyone takes a decision. Decision is always taken on based on the probability and consequence. Probability and consequence. Consequence is nothing but what? Impact, exposure can be positive or negative. Okay. So next we have dealt with what are the things, what are the cases which we can see based on the probability and consequences. We have seen the 4 cases: high probability, high impact, low probability, low impact, high probability, high impact, high probability, high impact, low probability, high impact, low probability, low impact, and high probability, low impact. These 4 cases I have given. Then we have seen what might affect us. For that we need to risk identification, and here we have dealt with the 5 processes and which we are going to deal in more in detail, and we have also understood what is a business and what all business functions are there for HR and how the business functions are relevant or important. Okay, plus also I have given one case study as a homework. You need to think, if the company wants to lay off its employees, how the company should think, how the company should think if they don't want to face any legal consequences. Okay, so this is the overall summary of lecture number 1.